yards deep in the end zone. He's going to run it out goal line 5. King to the 10, to the 15, runs into his own man to the 20, moves it out to the 23-yard line. So they start first and 10 at the 23.
And a nice return of 28 yards on that kickoff. Maryland will have the advantage of about a 15-mile-an-hour wind here in the first quarter.
This is a day for everybody to stay in motion, to stay warm. The lights are on here at the Cotton Bowl from the beginning of the ball game. Danny Davis is the quarterback, 5'11", 175-pounder. They run a veer offense. Davis is the key man, of course. Blackwell inside and moves it up to the 25-yard line. Alois Blackwell, who rushed for 934 yards, an average of 6.2 and 8 touchdowns. Second down and 8 yards to go at the 25-yard line. Ricky Maddox coming in with the next play now. Maddox far to the right side. Split the running backs in the option offense. Blackwell. He was trying to cut back when he hit the turf out there on the 35.
You're watching the nation's number 7th ranked offense. There's Alois Blackwell, the running back out of Houston. As Lindsey said, 934 yards. He's a fine running back with great quickness. First down for Houston.
The Houston Cougars like to keep that football. Play a possession game. It is first and 10, and they have the ball at the 34-yard line. Take it to Blackwell. Well, no, now the option in the final pitch. It's taken over there by Darryl Thomas. That's the thing about the veer offense, the option and the fakes. And finally, Darryl Thomas got it. Ernie Sally brought him down.
Darryl Thomas is the fullback. He's rushed 543 years. There's the fake to the halfback. Blackwell, you can see Davis now continues the option around the left side. At the very last minute, he was hit by Joe Campbell. He pitches it to Thomas outside. Pick up before about second 6, Lindsey. You know, Danny Davis is an interesting study. He's a hometown kid from here in Dallas, and he sold concessions right here in the Cotton Bowl on Cotton Bowl Day when he was a kid.
And when he played in high school in Dallas, his name was Danny Jones. He changed it to Danny Davis. Now, just hit was Davis as he started his arm forward.
Let's see if they rule it a fumble. They do.
It's been ruled a fumble and a recovery. A fumble and a recovery for Maryland. It'll be first and 10 at the 36-yard line of the Houston Cougars.
His arm was going forward here, Lindsey. I'd have to say that was an incompleted forward pass. That's my judgment. But they give it to Maryland. I think it was Mike Miller, the inside linebacker. There's Davis, the quarterback. It looked as if, to me, his arm was going forward. How about you, Liz?
Well, it looked that way to me also. But the call is fumble and a recovery, and Maryland gets the football now. Mark Mangus, of course, runs the attack. He's not superstitious, or maybe he is. He wears number 13. They're going to have an I formation with Mangus rolling. He's big and strong. And a pass play is complete to the 25-yard line. Dean Richards, the receiver there, as Anthony Francis, the cornerback, made the stop.
Out of pulling out all stops. They told us that watch University of Maryland in the first quarter, Lindsey, they said they feel everybody out. They said they feel everybody out. They play a very conservative amount of offensive football in the first quarter, waiting for the other team to make a mistake. Of course, they got the turnover, and they come out throwing right away.
They've got the ball at the 25-yard line. It's first down and 10 yards to go. Chuck White is coming with the next play. Now there's a referee's whistle.
He wants a new football.
It's exactly what they're getting, an exchange of balls. It's spotted there on the 25.
A lot of times that football, they change so many of them. Have about 30 of them ready for a college game. And what happens is the center comes up over the football, and it doesn't exactly feel right. He has the option to call the referee, says, I want a new ball.
Kenny is split far to the right side. Then they give it to the tailback. And it's taken by Alvin Maddox off the left side, and he moves it to the 22-yard line. Picked up about 3 yards as Ross Eccles came to make the stop.
Mark Mangus is definitely the leader of this Maryland offensive team. As I said at the top of the show, he's had his hand. He's thrown for 11 touchdowns. He's run for 448 yards himself. They'll use that I formation, and they get short yardage defense. Look for the power I. There's Jerry Claiborne. I mean, that's the Houston side, Bill Yeoman.
Ian Richards far to the right side. Maryland still running the eye on 2nd and 7 here. Give it again to Alvin Maddox, the tailback. Got to the 20-yard line and just across it as Wilson Whitley, the All-American defender, came in to make the stop.
Well, there's a couple look like not only in love, but they don't mind the cold either, do they, Lynn? Alvin Maddox, the preacher, they call him, from the University of Maryland. And why the preacher? Said when he was born, he screamed so much. His mother said he sounds just like a preacher, and that nickname has stuck with him all along.
3rd down and 5 to go at the 20. Wide receivers left and right, running backs in an I formation. Rolling now is Mangus. Mangus keeps the football, and he's brought down by Oglesby and Eccles. Mangus weighs 215. He's 6 feet 2 inches tall.
And he's very close to the first down. He had the option here to throw it, Lenz. We see him roll out. Good blocking in front of him by his running backs, Maddox and Tim Wilson. Mangus cuts back inside. He's gained 450 yards on the year, and that's one of the reasons they got the first down. There he is.
Mark Mangus picked it up, keeping the ball himself for the first time here this afternoon.
Yeah, look at him smile with a big dimple on the left side. Quite very good-looking young man.
Dean Richards far to the right side. Mangus has got the ball. He pops it to Kinney, and it's incomplete. Vince Kinney, the man for whom it was intended. Anthony Francis was covering on the corner. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Maryland at the Houston 15-yard line. No score in the first quarter.
Oh, Lindsey, when you say Anthony Francis covers on the side, he does exactly that. He led the nation in interceptions this year with 10. And you know the funny thing about that young man, Anthony Francis, a junior from Houston, did not receive a scholarship except the University of Houston. That was the only school that wanted it. What a prize.
Wilson and Maddox, and here's Maddox now. Cutting off tackle, drives to the 12-yard line, and he stopped right there at the 12 by Paul Humphreys, the linebacker on that side. Gain of 3 yards on the play will make it 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
Jerry Claiborne alternating wingbacks, Richards and Chuck White, with the play.
Coming up in a tighter alignment this time, Dean Richards is a wingback to the left side. 3rd down and 7 yards to go. Here's the pitch, Maddox. Stacked up as he got just across the 10-yard line. Wilson Whitley, Robert Oglesby, Ross Eccles.
I watched Wilson Whitley that time, the defensive left tackle, the senior from Brenham, Texas, and he just stacked up the whole offensive right side for Maryland. Truly an All-American. He's still in the running for the Lombardi Trophy down, given away in Houston, the outstanding college lineman.
We're going to have a field goal attempt now for Ed Lonkar, sophomore from Montauk, New York. And this is going to be from the 17, which makes it a 27-yard attempt. A 27-yarder for Lonkar. He boots. It is no good. It is no good. And it'll be spotted 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line in college football. Comes out to the 21st and 10. It is Maryland nothing, Houston nothing. 10 minutes, 36 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Buick introduces a very special Skyhawk. It's low down, mean-looking, black as coal. And when the light hits it right, it shines like the moon. It's like no Skyhawk you've ever seen before. It's the Nighthawk. See it when the sun comes up. At your Buick dealer.
Long after the warranties on your new tires, battery, and car end, the warranty on your new Lafayette 40-channel CB will still be good. For the first time ever, a CB warranted for as long as you own your car. The only warranty of its kind on 3 Lafayette CBs for every need at every Lafayette store. The Lafayette 640 under $120. The 740 under $160. The 940 under $200. Warranted by Lafayette as long as you own your car.
Next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, the all-new CBS Sports Spectacular premieres, featuring Nadia Comaneci of Romania, winner of 3 gold medals in the Olympics at Montreal, competing for the first time since then in the Chunichi Cup from Japan. That's next Saturday at 5 p.m. for the premiere of the all-new CBS Sports Spectacular.
And Danny Davis is the quarterback. Danny Davis quarterbacking. Darrell Thomas and Alois Blackwell are the running backs in there now for the Houston Cougars, who won 9 games and lost 2. They lost to Florida. They lost to Arkansas. Wide receivers left and right. Running back split in the veer offense of Bill Yeoman. Gives it out this time to Darrell Thomas, carrying for the first time. Ralph Fisher came in to make the stop.
Well, the Maryland defense just been superb all year long. They rank second in the nation in total defense. They've only given up 11 touchdowns all year long.
Second down and 6 yards to go now. For the Houston Cougars.
Yeah, we'll get a shot at number 10 in a minute. That's the coach's son. Jerry Clayborn's son is playing safety.
Ricky Maddox is in there at the flanker for Houston. And it's Blackwell carrying. Blackwell out to the 30-yard line.
There he is. Jonathan Claiborne, the junior from Hyattsville, Maryland, the son of Maryland head coach Jerry Clayborne.
He went to high school all over the country because his father was traveling. He went to Blacksburg in Virginia. He went to Fairview High in Colorado. And he went to Northwestern High in Hyattsville, Maryland. It'll be third down and a yard to go here. Ball is on the 29-yard line. Laverne's back in at the flanker. There's a keeper for Danny Davis. Moved it out to the 33-yard line, and that'll be a 1st and 10.
I think he improvised on that play, Lindsey.
John Douglas made the tackle.
Looked like a little mix-up off the left side, but Davis just saw a little daylight, got the first down. They only needed a yard. There's Brad Carr, the linebacker from Maryland. Now, this guy is a great piano player. He keeps everybody loose, and they say, honestly, he's one of the best piano players you'll ever hear. The guy's got a great amount of talent. Not only playing the piano, but playing inside linebacker. He's a great one.
Handing it out this time to Alois Blackwell, the leading rusher throughout the season. He moved it up there to the 40-yard line, short of the 40, called it the 39. Ralph Fisher, senior tackle from Radford, Virginia, made the stop.
I tell you, they're going right at the defensive right side of that Maryland defense, where it's anchored by Joe Campbell, and he's supposed to be the best one on this football team. At 6'6", 255 pounds, there he is, Joe Campbell, and they're going right at him over there.
2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line. Alois Blackwell, again, he popped up to the 40-yard line for one. It's going to be 3rd and 2 at the 40-yard line. Sutter made the tackle, Larry Sutter from Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
Number three down.
Miller also in on the play.
There's Mike Miller, a senior from Baltimore, Maryland. And he plays alongside of Brad Carr, 2 fine inside linebackers. They employ a wide 6 defense, as Lindsey mentioned, but they give you a lot of looks from that wide 6. They're inside, outside.
Ricky Maddox far to the right side. A keeper this time for Davis. Danny Davis moved it up to the 44-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 for the Houston Cougars.
Their offense at its best, and at its best right here in the Cotton Bowl. One of the entourage of the pretty ladies in the Cotton Bowl Classic.
Robert Laverne, number 3, hustling in there with the next play. Coming in from Coach Bill Yeoman. There's the stats for Danny Davis this season. This is Alois Blackwell. Penalty markers are thrown. Markers are thrown here now. Brad Carr made the hit on the play.
Where's my captain over here?
Could have been Eddie Fisher on the infraction.
Offside?
It'll be offsides. I think they're going to refuse it. You saw Brad Carr there in motion. Take the down. No, they're going to take the 5 yards there. I think they looked over to Jerry Clayborne. Jerry said, put them back.
Well, that'll make it 1st and 15 as the ball moves back to the 38-yard line.
They're going to move it back,
I
Lindsey.
fix it back up.
And refuse it.
So the down counts. As it's spotted back up to 43.
Offense refused. 2nd down.
2nd down and 10 at the 43-yard line. Good administration and bookkeeping. Moving it up for the Cougars of Houston. A lot of Houston fans here today. Blackwell, 50, 45, 40. Trying to turn it on. He was tripped up to the 34-yard line. Alois Blackwell Woolwich and Stradlin sprung him out there, and Claiborne made the stop.
Look at the block on the left side. They did not block the defensive end. Blackwell went on the inside. They double-teamed Campbell there, and Blackwell just turned it on. Jonathan Claiborne made the stop, a 23-yard pickup. Oh, they burst through that line of scrimmage. I tell you, these Houston backs have got quickness. You know why they run the football out of the veer. The running back, Lois Blackwell.
He picked up a 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Davis has the ball. Danny Davis trying to turn a corner. And he ran out of bounds just inside the 30-yard line for 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 at the 30. As Ken Roy, the quarterback from Washington, D.C., ran him out.
The 23-yard pickup. Blackwell, 47 yards here in the first quarter on 7 carries. I tell you, the Veer offense, I love it. I love to see it operated. You go back to 1968, Bill Yeomans, when he really put it in and put it in for good. They led the nation. 562 yards they averaged. It's the NCAA record offense.
Bill got it. Davis has the football. Tripped as he got to about the 25. Penalty markers go down. Penalty markers go down here. Garber came across on the play. Number 23.
It's going to be a late hit, maybe. And, of course, Chip Garber, number 23, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Foul.
I don't know. He was tripped up, Lindsey, scrambling for yardage.
No.
Judgment call.
Right here.
Davis now 24 yards and 6 carries. Now here he's tripped up. And if he would have kept his balance, he could have run the football. I don't think that's a personal foul. I've been wrong before, but that's my interpretation.
Okay,
Sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't.
Being spotted down there on the 11-yard line.
Personal foul on the defense. First down. Personal foul.
Personal foul makes it a 1st and 10 for Houston at the Maryland 11-yard line. So the Cougars are threatening here with 6 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the first quarter. There is no score in this Cotton Bowl game in Dallas, Texas. 1965, Houston lost 5 of its first 6 games. That was when Coach Bill Yeoman hauled out the Veer offense that he'd been working on. Cougars won 3 and tied 1 of the last 4. The next year, they put it in for good. Blackwell popped right there. No. Handed off to Thomas, and Darrell Thomas goes in for the touchdown.
What a fake. I tell you, Danny Davis, the sophomore from Dallas, made the play. 11 yards for Darrell Thomas. That's his 9th touchdown. Watch the fake here to Blackwell. He put it right there, the little quick pitch. And number 79 is Joe Campbell, and he was no match for Darrell Thomas as he got to the outside. 76 yards, 9 plays. Veer at its best, boy.
Conversion attempt coming now as Leonard Copeland is in to attempt it. Leonard Copeland will attempt. He boots it. And it's good. And so the Houston Cougars are on the scoreboard. We have 6 minutes, 27 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter. It's Houston 7, Maryland nothing.
Here's 100 years of tradition coming at you.
Here comes the king. Here comes the king. Here comes the big number 1.
Here comes the king.
Budweiser beer, the king is second to none.
When you say Bud, the king is coming. Let's hear the call. When you say Bud, you said it all. When you say Bud, you said it all. Here comes the king.
Professional mechanics have to stand behind their work, so they can't afford to settle for second-rate parts. That's why you see so many pros in Napa stores like this one. They've counted on Napa for over 50 years, and they know that Napa parts are often better than the original. So should you. Whether you do your own work or count on a Napa Gold Hat Professional to keep your car in shape, insist on Napa parts. Start upgrading your car.
That's NAPA. We help keep America moving.
On Friday night at 8 p.m., CBS Sports presents To the Top of the World, Assault on Mount Everest, where a team of 11 Americans, 9 men and 2 women, attempt the conquest of the world's tallest mountain. That's To the Top of the World, Assault on Mount Everest, Friday night at 8 p.m.
This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning here at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, where Houston has taken the early lead by a score of 7-0. So they'll be kicking off now, and Ken Hatfield will boot it. Hatfield, number 12. And the deep middle, Dean Richards, 45, and Ken Roy, number 40. And it's taken at the 10-yard line by Richards. Back up across the 20, 25, and stopped at the 30-yard line. It's going to be spotted at the 29, 1st and 10. Scoring drive, 11 plays, 80 yards, and they had the ball 4 minutes, 9 seconds. Tony Francis made the tackle on the kickoff return, so now the Maryland Terrapins with Mark Mangus at quarterback. Bring him up. Chuck White, the flanker forward to the right side. The running backs in an I formation. Wilson and Maddox. Wilson gets the ball, tries the right side, breaks a tackle or 2 and moves it to the 35-yard line. Gain of 6 will make it 2nd down and 4 yards to go. Elvis Bradley up to make the tackle.
Here's Tim Wilson, boy. They got a little left guard pulled here. It was supposed to be a trap play, and Tim Wilson did the rest. He broke a couple tackles at the line of scrimmage. Finally pulled down by Elvis Bradley, the free safety in the Houston defense.
Richards far to the left side. Now here's the pitch. Taken by Alvin Maddox, the tailback. And he is stopped at the 37-yard line, about the 37 and a half, actually. Melvin Jones came to make the stop. It'll be 3rd down, about 1.5 yards to go here.
That's the stats on Alvin Maddox. There was an interesting note that was up on your picture just a second ago. The first team that scored in the last 7 Cotton Bowls has lost.
That means let your joy be restrained. Power I formation here. And off to Power I. It is Dean Richards carrying, looking for the 1st down. Now, did he pick it up? It's very close. They'll take a long look. Melvin Jones again made the stop.
I think they're going to be a little bit short, Lindsey. Here's the 3rd quarter. 21-3 Pittsburgh. Tony Dorsett, the Heisman Trophy winner, has got 72 yards and 18 carries in that one.
It's going to be 4th down, just about 1 yard to go, and so Maryland goes into deep punt formation. Mike Stochko is back to punt. He has averaged 39.1. His longest 65.
Blocked.
And it is blocked. So it'll be 1st and 10 now.
Mark Moore came in and blocked the punt. He plays defensive left cornerback on defense. There he is, Mark Moore, number 39, the senior from Arlington, Texas. Watch him go over the fullback here. What a great effort. He got a hold of the punt and blocked it. A great effort by Mark Moore, and gives Houston great field position at the 38.
That is the 3rd punt Mark Moore has blocked this year. 1st and 10 now.
There's the guy, Lindsey. He already graduated. He's a mid-semester graduation, and he's starting to work Monday for an accounting firm.
Danny Davis running the option, had to keep the ball there when they got a little mixed up at the 35-yard line. Gain of 3, so it's going to be 2nd down and 7 yards to go at the 35.
Oh, Mark Moore really giving Houston a great break here. As I said, he's the only married guy on this Houston football team. He's got a 3.8 scholastic average in accounting at Houston. And he's starting to work Monday for an accounting firm in Houston. He's not wasting any time, is he?
Davis has carried 7 times for 27. Blackwell 7 for 47. Column up in the middle.
It looked like if the halfback didn't have the football. Might have been a fumble on that, Linz.
It's a struggle, at least.
For 50.
It's at the 33-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 5 yards to go at the 33.
There's the fumble, and I think for Houston, the offensive right tackle, Val Belcher, comes up with the football to continue the drive here.
They've got Bass far to the left side now. Blackwell out to the 25, to the 20. Blackwell hit it for the corner, and he's in for the touchdown.
What a run. Lois Blackwell broke a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, man. What a run. 33 yards for the score.
Stanford tried to cut him off the pass, but he couldn't make it.
No way. Now watch, at the top of your right here, Campbell right there puts the right arm out, and he's gone. Blackwell gets to the outside. He broke another tackle from Lloyd Burris and got in for the score.
Lois Blackwell leading rusher throughout the year for these Houston Cougars, and he has now rushed 8 times for 80 yards in this ball game. Conversion attempt coming now. Leonard Copeland will attempt it. Copeland's boot. And it's good. And so the Houston Cougars have scored once again here. We have 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Houston 14, Maryland nothing. Ken Hatfield puts it up. And it's taken out on the 4-yard line by Ken Roy. He's back to the 15, to the 20, and he is stopped at the 21-yard line. First and 10. At the 21 for the Maryland Terrapins. Piloting the Goodyear Blimp America today is Captain Don McDuff, who's a native of Anson, Texas, near Abilene. A graduate from the University of Texas, Captain McDuff has been piloting the Goodyear Blimp for 3 years. Maryland now has Mark Mangus bring them up. Ian Richards part on the left side. George Scott's the tailback. Mangus rolling right. Keeps the ball. The 215-pounder fumbled the ball. He was stripped, and I think Houston's recovered it. Houston has got the ball.
Lindsey, it was Wilson Whitley, the All-American defensive left tackle. Watch him, number 78. He grabs a hold of Mark Mangus here. There goes the option. Runner pass to the right side. That's Whitley with great speed. They say he runs a 40 yards in about 4.6. And he weighs 265 pounds, and Houston's got it again. Another turnover. There he is, Wilson Whitley.
So it's a happy day for the Cougar fans here at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Hausman's in there. John Hausman's in at running back. Davis now pumps, wants, keeps, and is stopped at the 25-yard line for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. Chip Garber made the stop. Garber, number 23. He is from Winchester, Virginia. We have 2 minutes, 40 seconds remaining now in the quarter. Houston Cougars are leading in the ball game. 2nd down, 12 yards to go. Davis. And Davis gets inside the 10-yard line.
What a fake. He just ran the option beautifully around the left side. He put the fake, and the Maryland defenders went to the outside. And watch Danny Davis. There's the good fake to Blackwell. He's got Hausman trailing. Now watch the fake. There goes Garber. There goes the safety man. And there goes Danny Davis. Boy, Houston is rolling, Lindsey.
First down and goal to go at the 9-yard line for the Houston Cougars now.
And you know
Blackwell and Hausman are the setbacks.
Excuse me, Lindsey. They're really going to the left side on offense.
Hausman now carries it down inside the 7-yard line where it'll be 2nd down and goal to go. John Douglas from Tallahassee, Florida made the stop at the 7, 2nd and goal.
Well, most of the yardage they've picked up here in the first quarter has been to the offensive left side of Houston's offense. Davis now 42 yards and 9 carries.
Ricky Maddox is brought in the next play. He is deployed as a wide receiver to the right side. Hausman and Blackwell are the setbacks. Watson and Davis has it. Davis spinning, and he gets just short of the goal line. He did not get any stop. Inches from the goal line. Danny Davis. Campbell was there, the All-American tackle for Maryland.
I thought he had a chance to get in. Now watch, he beats the linebacker, number 53, Mark Miller here. Here comes the option. Now right here is Mark Miller. He got to the inside of him, and he's hit and almost gets in for the touchdown. Inside the 1. There's
Jerry Claiborne with the stocking cap on there, head coach of the Terrapins for 10 years. He's with the BPI. He played at Kentucky under Bear Bryant. It is 3rd down and goal to go. Blackwell, touchdown for Houston. Lois Blackwell scored again.
Jerry Claiborne cannot believe it.
Bill Yeoman, head coach. He played his college football at Army. Jerry Claiborne.
Here it is. Watch double team blocking at the point of attack, and Blackwell just cuts to the inside for his second touchdown of the day.
A big day for Alois Blackwell.
He scored 8 touchdowns on the year.
Leonard Copeland will attempt the conversion now. Copeland's boot, high trajectory, and it's good. And so the Houston Cougars, with 51 seconds remaining in the first quarter, have gone ahead of Maryland by a score of 21-0. Undefeated and untied. Hatfield puts it up at the 12-yard line. It's Ken Roy, and he gets to the 19. So Maryland will start first and 10 at the 19-yard line. Houston ran 5 plays, picked up 24 yards and scored, and had the ball 2 minutes, 11 seconds.
I don't think Jerry Claiborne and the Maryland Terrapins can believe it. Maryland has only given up 22 points all season long in the first quarter, and here, with 48 seconds to go, they've given up 21 already.
Fulton seems to be in some pain as he hobbles around and is going off the ball game.
Ed Fulton, he's the offensive left guard, the senior from Spartan, Maryland. He'll be replaced by Paul Glamp.
Penalty marker on that run back. He's going to put the ball back at the 9-yard line.
Had a dead ball foul against the receiving team. Dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul against the receiving team. Moves the ball back to the 9-yard line. And makes it first down and 20 yards to go. Chuck White goes to the right side. George Scott's in there at the tailback. Scott gets the ball. Penalty markers dropped by the linesman. It is out to the 13-yard line, and Paul Humphreys, the linebacker, made the stop. So there's a penalty to be checked out here.
15 lineup.
Consulted Paul Humphreys, one of the captains for this.
Offside against the offense, decline. Second down.
Offsides decline so that the down does count. Ball is out there at the 13-yard line. So it'll be second down and about 16 to go. Jim Wilson, the fullback in the I formation for the Terrapins of the University of Maryland. Instead it is George Scott. Right off tackle right and moved out to the 15-yard line for 2 before Snell made the stop.
George Scott is a freshman running back from Inwood, New Jersey, 6'2", 195 pounds. Maryland, of course, got one of the great running backs in the country. Was injured in the 3rd or 4th game. That was Steve Atkins. He had already piled up over 600 yards, and I'm sure they wish he were ready for this football game. But he's going to have 2 more years with Maryland.
And now time runs out in the period. The buzzer sounding for the end of the first quarter in the 41st annual Cotton Bowl, and it has been all Houston. They lead 21-0. Mark Mangus is the quarterback. Mangus still has the ball, and he falls across to the 21-yard line. Picking up about 6 on the play, but that'll bring the punting unit on. Robert Oglesby made the stop. He's from Fort Worth. Mike Sachko is in to do the punting. Sachko is the punter. He's from Pottstown, PA. Elric Brown will be dropping back to receive it.
See if they try to block it again with Mark Moore.
Gets this one off. Beauty. Brown retreats, lets it go, gets a good roll down to the 15, still going to the 10.
What a kick.
Inside the 5-yard line, and it's going to be blown dead just short of the 2-yard line.
Ooh, what a kick. He got the wind behind it. He turned the end over, Lindsey.
There's Sachko.
Sachko. That's only 77 yards, Lindsey. What a great punt.
CBS Sports presents at 3 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, the Sun Bowl from El Paso, Texas. 10th-ranked Texas A&M taking on the explosive Florida Gators. That's tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Darrell Thomas, Garrett. Thomas. Campbell on the stop.
Big Joe Campbell, number 79, comes up with the stop.
And make it 2nd down and 7 out at the 5-yard line.
I tell you, Lindsay, no, Maryland, there he is, Joe Campbell, right tackle for Maryland on that last stop. They really need a break here. They need Houston out of that veer. Of course, they run it better than anybody.
They should. They invented it. Take this one to the outside. It's Blackwell carrying, and he gets across to the 10-yard line. Picked up 5 on the play to make it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Well, you got to hope for an interception. You got to hope for turnovers now if you're a Maryland rooter.
Chip Garber made the last stop for the Maryland Terrapins, who won the national championship under Jim Tatum, the late Jim Tatum, in 1953.
Well, Blackwell looks as if he's going to have a great Cotton Bowl. 89 yards already and 11 carries.
Robert Laverne, part of the right side. Blackwell took the football and was upended immediately at the 10-yard line. So the defense of the Maryland Terrapins is held here, and the punting unit comes on for Houston.
That's for the first time. That's the first 3rd down situation that Houston has failed to convert.
Brad Carr was the man who made the hit, the fine linebacker. Jay Wyatt is coming to do the punting. He has averaged 38.9, his longest 54. Brad Carr, the fellow who spends a lot of time entertaining his teammates in the dorm because he's a great pianist. Gets a high snap, gets it off. Dean Richards back there. Richards takes it at the 45. Gets it up to the 50 and falls across to the 45 of Houston. But Maryland has the ball in Houston territory. 1st down and 10 yards to go at the 49-yard line. We have 12 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first half. It is Houston 21 and Maryland nothing.
Got to put some points on the board in a hurry.
Wilson and Scott in the I formation. That's Wilson getting at the up back. He moves through across the 40-yard line. May have picked up the 1st down. Guy Brown found his touchdown. He's from Palestine, Texas. They're taking a long look now at the possible 1st down, and perhaps will bring out the chain.
Jim Wilson, who just picked up 9, maybe 10 yards on the play, is going out. They're substituting backs. Now Wilson checks back in.
All right, now turn.
Is it close? 1st down? Yep.
Just like that.
1st and 10. Ball at the 39-yard line, just inside the 40. Terrapins trying to keep this drive going now and get something on the board. That's Vince Kinney, far to the left side, number 81. Chuck White is far to the right side. Rolling is Mark Mangus. Scott threw a block for him. He cuts back to the inside. 215-pounder. Got just across the 30-yard line.
Well, it's a good move by the junior from Cumberland, Maryland. 6'2", 215 pounds. Roll out left. He's got the option. Pass or run. They double team the end. Mangus cuts back to the inside. Very close to another 1st down. Mark Mangus. And listen, Lindsay, don't worry about him throwing the football. He has done it excellently all year long.
Clipping on the play. There was clipping against Maryland on the play that nullifies the gainer. James Hartley, the referee from the Southeastern Conference, steps it off back to the 45.
Boy, there's her.
The offensive team.
Let's mention the passing ability of Mangus. 81 out of 139 coming into this ball game for 1,145 yards and 11 touchdowns, so he can wing it.
It is now 1st down and 16 yards to go with the ball on the 45. Mark Mangus marching up to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw it. There's a screen left. Taken on the far side by Scott, and Scott down the sideline. Moves to the 35, and perhaps a little inside of that. Robert Oglesby from Fort Worth and Paul Humphreys came in to make the stop. Oglesby, who is the middle guard, the nose guard in that Houston defense. They use a 5-2 and 4 deep, basically.
And he's only a sophomore. He started last year for Houston, by the way, as a freshman from Fort Worth, Texas. There he is. Number 83, Robert Oglesby. 5'11 and a half, 228.
2nd down, about 4.5 yards to go. Rolling is Mangus now. Pumps it, and it's incomplete. Vince Kinney, the man for whom it's intended.
Yep, you got to catch it before you run with it, Lindsey. Vince Kinney coming across from the left side. Now he's lined up tight. He slips inside the defensive left end, and Mangus puts it right there. This was a little bit behind him, but he should have had the football. Incomplete. And I tell you, that's what losing coaches will tell you. After they look at the film, Lindsey, they'll go back and they'll say, you know, even though we were behind 21-0, if we could have completed that pass, got on the board, it might have turned it around. It won't be written in the papers, but those coaches think about a play like that.
They're down 4.5 yards to go. Mangus again. Over the middle, same play to Kinney. This time he held on to it, and he got the 1st and 10. Ball got away right there at the last at the 19-yard line. A lot of traffic as Mangus started back.
Boy, they needed that out of the eye. Mangus goes back. Both backs. They pick up, help double team on Wilson Whitley, and he finds Vince Kinney on exactly the same play. Well, he was open to play before. Let's come back with it. I like that thinking.
It's at the 19-yard line, and Rick Schmaltz is coming to the ball. That's Scott in motion to the left side. Mangus rolling and throwing incomplete. Got it up, trying to get it into the end zone. Bob Rayba, and Claiborne is disappointed.
Oh, he knew Bob Rayba, the tight end, was wide open for the touchdown. Mangus running to his left, just floated it a little bit too high.
Jerry Claiborne once coached for Bear Bryant at Texas A&M. He also went back to Alabama with Bear Bryant, was on his staff there, had started after graduation. He was on Bryant's staff at the University of Kentucky.
Good Kentucky boy, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Boy, he was a hard-nosed football player.
3rd down and 6 yards to go. Spoken by Paul Horning, by the way, from Louisville, Kentucky. Mangus is rolling and keeping the ball. The 215-pounder goes down to the 5, 1st and goal.
Boy, they needed 6.5 yards, and Mark Mangus, the man who usually comes up with the big play, around the left side. Watch the block of Tim Wilson here. He gets on the inside here. Guy slips off and makes the tackle. If Wilson could have blocked him, he might have gotten a little bit more yardage. Mangus needed 6, and he got a big 1st down.
It is spotted outside the 5, so let's call it the 6-yard line. 1st and goal as they start the series here. Tim Wilson, George Scott are in the I formation. That's Scott in motion to the left side. Mangus runs the option play here.
Run all the way.
Football touchdown. Taken in by Mark Mangus, and the Maryland Terrapins now have something to yell about. They're on the scoreboard.
And they did it around the left side most of this drive. Houston offense has gone to the left, and now Maryland comes back. This is Mark Mangus, a good block by the guard. He cuts back inside, and he puts Maryland on the board. 49 yards, 8 plays, and 4 first downs on the way as Maryland fights to come back.
They have a conversion attempt coming. And there's an injury on the play, so for that reason, we have an official's timeout here. Montauk from Montauk, New York, boots the football, and it's good. So the Maryland Terrapins have scored a touchdown. They have added the conversion. And with 9 minutes, 36 seconds remaining to be played in the 1st half, it's Houston 21 and Maryland 7. Let's go. King lets it pop out, but he gets it at the 13, returns to the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, and he is pinned as he got to the 32 by number 23, Chip Garber. Challenge of the Sexes returns to CBS on Sunday, January 16th, with its man versus woman, anything you can do, I can do better format. We'll have super hustler Bobby Riggs taking on tennis great Althea Gibson. In basketball, it's Karen Logan against Oscar Robertson. In bowling, it's Betty Morris against Mark Roth, and much, much more. Remember, that's in 2 weeks on Sunday, January 16th on CBS's Challenge of the Sexes. Option play, Davis has the ball upended. Hit immediately by Brad Carr, the linebacker on that side. It's at the 32-yard line.
I think we can also say that Challenge of the Sexes is directed by the great one, Tony Verna.
It is a timeout for the Houston Cougars. A 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line. Davis handed it off that time to Hausman from Killeen, Texas. He got a yard, maybe 2. Sutter came in to make the tackle, Larry Sutter. Slided back there at the 33, so you only got 1. Make it 3rd down and 9. Randy Love is in that backfield now. For the Houston Cougars of Bill Yeoman, who was a great linebacker and center for Coach Red Blake at Army. Quick handoff there. Randy Love carried it. Got it across to the 36, and it got away there. The scramble.
Well, it looks like he fumbled the football, but he got it back. It's going to bring up a 4th down situation. This is Joe Campbell really putting the poppers. Campbell, the All-American senior from Wilmington, Delaware, doing a great job there.
On formation now as Jay White goes back to boot the ball, and Ken Roy has retreated to receive it. Along with Chris Ward. Got a high snap, but he handled it and got it off. Fair catch signal, and it is taken. At the 31-yard line, it was Ken Roy. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the 31. Comedian Madeline Kahn joins Carol and Company in a takeoff on the movie stars of yesteryear. Enjoy this musical comedy salute and more tonight on the Carol Burnett Show. That's a good way to keep warm.
It is chilly here in Dallas. Very much unexpected weather, I guess you would say, here in Dallas.
Fans don't seem to be bothered by it in the slightest. First at the 31.
It was a high of 65 Thursday, and a norther hit here, and boy, the temperature drops fast in Texas.
Scott in motion to the outside. Give this to Tim Wilson. The fullback tries the right side and goes to the 33.
Ground level shot here. Mangus to Tim Wilson. Going off the right side, and over there is the All-Americans. Wilson Whitley right there on top. But it was piled up on the inside.
Jones was there on the tackle. Ball is spotted just in advance to the 32. 2nd down play coming here. Scott in motion to the outside. Rolling is Mangus, and he throws incomplete, trying to get it down the sideline to Vince Kinney, number 81.
Well, he had the 1st down. He just led him a little bit too far. Kinney flanked on the right. Maryland going, trying to get it to their outside receiver. Mangus is 3 out of 7 throwing the football for 37 yards now.
3rd down, about 9.5 yards to go. The ball's in advance to the 32-yard line. Houston is leading Maryland by a score of 21-7. 7 minutes, 12 seconds remain to be played in the first half. Mangus drops back to set it up. Humps it over the middle, and it's incomplete. His intended receiver was down. Kinney was the man for him. It was intended. He was down.
Kinney slipped, but I think the ball would have been incomplete anyway, Lindsey. It was a little bit behind him. Mangus dropped straight back. Both backs stay in to help. Now there's Kinney here as he slipped, and you can see the ball was way behind him.
Satchko is dropped back in deep punt formation. Elric Brown is retreated.
Almost blocked.
Almost was, but a high trajectory booming kick. Brown has it at the 20. Gets to the 26-yard line, and that's that.
It's a 48-yard punt here. Satchko. They run into the kicker here, I think, afterwards. They're almost blocked. And the kicker, of course, hits that ground automatically when anybody comes close to him.
As Danny Davis, the quarterback, brings him up in that veer offense. And it is Randy Love carrying. Got in just across the 30-yard line. Picked up about 4 yards on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 6.
Maryland now closing off that inside handoff on defense, Lindsey. They were hurt in the first quarter with just the handoff with Blackwell off left tackle. And they made the adjustment. Joe Campbell, who's playing a defensive right end now, outside the tackle. You'll see him come a little bit closer.
Ricky Maddox far to the right side. Handed off to John Hausman, and he was popped immediately when he got to the 32-yard line. Gain of 2 yards, it was Sally, and that'll make the stop. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Ralph Fisher also on the last tackle. Houston was a member of 3 conferences, the Lone Star, the Gulf Coast, and the Missouri Valley. Before they went independent in 1960, they were admitted to the Southwest Conference in 1971, effective in 1976 for football. 3rd down and 4 yards to go with 5 minutes and 54 seconds left in the half. Davis still has it. Davis faked the handoff, kept the ball, went to the 35 before Joe Campbell made the stop.
There's a flag down. Here's Danny Davis, a little fake to the left side. They've converted the first 4 third down situations, and Joe Campbell comes back from his defensive end position and gets Davis. Brad Carr was in on that stop. The inside linebacker. He's only a junior from York, Pennsylvania. There he is. He's a great athlete. Quick, mobile.
We had offsetting penalties on the play. Offsetting penalties. So now we have a disagreement about what the situation is here. As the
Danny
referee
Davis wants to know, Lindsey. He wants to know exactly the situation here. They let the play go. Houston's going to come up short. 4th down.
4th down it is, and punter comes on to do the booting. Jay Wyatt. Ken Roy is back to receive it. Maryland Terrapins want that football. They're trailing here. Houston leads 21-7. High snap. Wyatt pulls it down, steps up and boots the ball. Fair catch signal, and it is taken at the 37-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 there. Ward was the man who pulled it in, and it'll start just in advance of the 36-yard line.
Well, Maryland's defense the last 3 series has solidified itself and really stopped Houston's veer offense. They need to put some points on that board. Cleburne would love to put at least 3 on before halftime. 5:32 to go here in the first half.
Big Mark Mangus brings him up. Sends Dean Richards. It's a flanker far to the right side. Motion to the outside. That's Scott. Give it to Wilson inside, and Tim Wilson goes nowhere. That's the way to stay bundled up on a chilly afternoon in Dallas, Texas.
Well, they're not used to this weather down here. They love their football in Texas, boy.
And they've had some great performers through the years in the state of Texas, and a great many of them right here in the Cotton Bowl.
One of the great coaches of all time was initiated in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame yesterday, Darrell Royal.
Well, retired this year after 20 years.
Got some running room.
Now is Mangus. Mangus across the 45-yard line. It'll be to the 46, and he got about 10 yards. Humphreys and Wilson Whitley made the stop. Can Phyllis handle her boss's job? She thinks it's worth a try until the offer takes on hilarious consequences. This Monday night at 8:30, 7:30 Central Time, here on CBS. Going to measure to see if he picked up the 1st down on that carry, Mangus.
It looks as if Maryland's #1 play in this football game is going to be that option with Mark Mangus, where he either runs it or throws it, and he does it well. That much short.
It'll be 3rd down and less than a yard to go. Out there at the 46-yard line. We have 4 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the half, and we hope you'll stay with us during the halftime intermission. We'll have marching bands, the University of Houston Band, the University of Maryland Band, the Kilgore Rangerettes, and I think we'll have a visit here in the booth from Kevin Dobson, who is, of course, Crocker on the Kojak series on CBS. He is here at the Cotton Bowl this afternoon after having worked, as you know, on the parade this morning.
Lindsey, I'm going to be down on the field. Ask Kevin if he can get me out of that series, will you?
And it's a 1st down as Tim Wilson picks it up at the 50-yard line. Hodge made the tackle.
Straight ahead, the strong fullback Tim Wilson gets a very important 1st down here for Maryland.
As Paul Horning pointed out, Jerry Claiborne would like to get something more on the scoreboard before they go in for the halftime intermission. They trail now by 14 points. 5 receiver to the left side, running backs in line for the Maryland Terrapins. Mangus has the ball, rolls left, looks for White, pumps to White, incomplete. Chuck White
That's what you call a souvenir in the stands, as Jerry Claiborne watched that errant pass go about 20 yards off its mark. Mark Mangus pulled the strings on that.
You know, when you see Jerry Claiborne, you remember he played for Bear Bryant and coached for Bear Bryant. Then you remember that Bear Bryant's first head coaching job ever was at the University of Maryland in 1945. I never checked with anybody, but I always felt that the late George Preston Marshall of the Redskins probably had a hand in that alliance somewhere. Mangus drops back, throws a screen right to Scott. The penalty marker is thrown downfield. He got back to the 50-yard line for no gain, but there are markers to be checked out. Whitley and Moore finally made the tackle.
Get back!
So again, they go through the administration of getting this. Wide receivers left and right. Mangus dropping back now. And he throws, and it is taken up at the 44-yard line. It was Kinney on the reception, number 81 at the 44.
He's caught 3 touchdown passes this year. Watch Vince Kinney here. They have double coverage on him. He's being chugged by Mark Moore. He's going to the inside. Now, this is what a good receiver would do. He sees Mangus in trouble from the outside, reverses his route, catches it, and very close to out of bounds there.
But it is not nearly enough for the first down. It's just the penalty was down and yardage. It's 4th down coming up now, and they go into punt formation.
They needed 25. They came up with 21.
Elric Brown is back there calling for the fair catch of Stochko's punt. Lets it go. Can they down it? Yeah, they can. Down deep there at about the 2-yard line. So it will be Houston starting, but they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line. Well, if the nose of the Goodyear blimp touched the University of Houston's goal line, the tail of the big craft would reach the Maryland 36-yard line. She's 192 feet long. The cameraman up there is the inestimable Mr. Herman Lang, where he says it's a little cool this afternoon, a little cooler than it is here in the booth. You look down on the Cotton Bowl located on the state fairgrounds of the state of Texas. 1st and 10. Hausman is in there. Gain of about a yard on the play as Hausman got it, and Sitter was in on the tackle. Larry Sitter. 2nd down and 9 yards to go as it moves out to the 4-yard line. Let us tell you that our colleague Paul Horning has left the booth and is making his way steadily down through the crowd to the sideline, from whence we have every hope of hearing from him later on during the halftime intermission. Just at the halftime intermission, as a matter of fact. The option play on the keeper for Danny Davis. And Danny Davis gets enough for the first down as he got it out there at about the 17-18. Ken Roy was there on the tackle. Ricky Maddox threw a key block to spring him out there on the right side. So it'll be a 1st and 10, and the ball is spotted just in advance of the 18-yard line. You saw Robert Laverne coming back in, bringing the next play in. Blackwell is back in there now. Blackwell finds the running room, turns on his speed, cuts to the outside across the 30 and falls forward to the 33-yard line. Elois Blackwell turned it on. So take a look again now. He's in the left set, number 32, Elois Blackwell. Now Blackwell starts to the left side, turns outside. He can accelerate. Finally brought down by Joe Campbell. So it is a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. This time it is Darrell Thomas. Got out there to the 37, 38-yard line. Ernie Sally made the tackle along with Ralph Fisher. Blackwell has carried 13 times today for 103 yards so far. And the offensive star of the day in this ballgame so far. Houston is leading 21-7. We have 1 minute 43 seconds remaining to be played in the first half. There goes Robert Laverne forward to the right side. Now Davis. with a torn jersey. He's scrambling to the right side. Puts it up and it's completed at the 50-yard line. Taken by Eddie Foster on down to the 40. Eddie Foster is stopped at the 37-yard line. So quarterback Danny Davis took the handoff, faked the handoff to Alois Blackwell in the option series, and now scrambles. Evading possible disaster there, puts it up to Foster. Foster's wide open. Nobody within 10 yards of him there. Wants to turn downfield and has to do a little jitterbugging. And then moves it into the 37-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. The Houston Cougars with the football. Now this is Thomas. But the defense of the Maryland Terrapins, led by Chip Garber, cuts him off. And timeout is called as you look at a cotton bowl head, and that really is a cotton bowl head. Davis now sets it up, and he's going long, and it is a touchdown. Taken in there by Bass. Don Bass took it for the touchdown. Chris Ward covering there, but Bass took it and has gone in for the touchdown for Houston. A 33-yarder. A 33-yard pass play. Take a look at it again now as Bass goes deep. He's got him beaten. The pass is right on the money. So the Houston Cougars are on the scoreboard once again. Bill Yeoman felt that if that wide tackle Sink started jamming up his running game, he'd have to beat him with his split end, and he just sprung him. He'll have a conversion attempt by Leonard Copeland now. Leonard Copeland boots it. Penalty marker's thrown. It is indicated no good, but there's a marker thrown, so we'll have a little administration to be checked out here, I suspect. So it is in the air. Dean Richards is waiting. He has it 2 yards deep in the end zone. Goal line. 3-5. Up to the 10. To the 15. 20 up the sideline. Trying to stay in. High stepping out to the 23-yard line. So they start first and 10 at the 23. Gerald Cook ran him out. CBS Sports presents at 1 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow NBA action between the Philadelphia 76ers, led by 6'7" Julius Erving, playing against his former team, the New York Nets. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. Clock shows 49 seconds remaining to be played in the half. And again, the officials are straightening out a call as a penalty marker was apparently dropped. Ball is in the air. And it is taken back there 1 yard deep in the end zone by Roy. Along the 30, 35, up to the 50, cuts back and was on the shoulder of Anthony Francis as he tried to cut back to the inside. So it'll be first and 10. The ball is taken to the inbounds marker and spotted at the 48-yard line. A 52-yard return by Roy. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Houston 27, Maryland 7. Chuck White is far to the left side. Angus. And it's complete. Taken by Kinney. Vince Kinney to the 30. Struggles inside, and it'll be spotted at the 29. Vince Kinney has been the principal target here this afternoon of Mark Mangus, making his move there. Back to the inside, turns it on a little, and he's there. Makes the reception. As he's pushed back there, he's still struggling, so it's going to be spotted at the 30-yard line, and a timeout has been taken here to stop the clock. It's going to be first and 10 now at the 30-yard line. As Mangus drops back, swings it out in the left flat, taken out there by Wilson, and Wilson is inside the 25-yard line at the 24. And again, we're getting a timeout for the Maryland Terrapins. Step play. Second down and 4 yards to go at the 24. Angus on the option play, keeps it. Struggles in trying to get to the first down sticks. And another timeout. Final timeout taken by Maryland. We have a field goal attempt coming now. It'll be a 37-yarder. Ed Lonkar from Montauk, New York will try it. A 27-yarder. Mangus will hold for him. Mangus puts it down. Lonkar boots it up. It's sailing far to the left. It is no good. And 8 seconds remain on the clock. The ball will be spotted out at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Houston Cougars as the field goal attempt went awry. That is Alois Blackwell, number 32, the final man in the huddle. Danny Davis has been the quarterback throughout the first half. Wide receivers left and right. That's Don Bass, far to the left side, who caught the last touchdown pass. Another ball is being put into play here. An exchange of footballs. This Houston team was 7th in the nation in total offense this year. Simply taken by Davis. Goes back and hits the deck in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Maryland can't stop it. Time has run out. And so, in this 41st annual Cotton Bowl Classic, the Houston Cougars lead 27-7, and let's go down to the field of Paul Hornung.
Well, I got head coach Bill Yeomans, and I know he's got a few things to tell his kids. One thing, very explosive first half, put 21 points on the board. I guess you got to feel pretty happy with 27.5.
Coach, I'll tell you, anytime you get 27 points in the whole game against someone like Maryland, you've had a heck of a day. But my word, we got to play better on defense if we're going to stay anywhere near where we, are right now. No, they got too much. Well, they've won 11 ball games. That must be why they're good.
Bill, I tell you, the second half, it looked as if Maryland was starting to shut down Navarre. They took away that inside handoff to Blackwell.
Oh, Paul went to the counter game and some nonsense instead of just going back to hammering it. We'll go back probably to hammering it and adjust the blocking a little bit.
Well, you got a touchdown pass there right at the end of the first half on my way down from the booth. How is the Maryland defensive secondary? Can Davis throw the ball against it?
Davis can throw the football well enough. I just don't know what we still want to do. In other words, where we are right now, we're going to spend more time on the ground than we are anywhere else. If we move, we can't. We're going to go wherever we move.
What are you going to tell your group at halftime?
Oh, Coach, it's just a whole 30 minutes left. And I'll tell you, if you let the tone go, as you well know, you played long enough, you can lose those 20 points before you can turn around twice.
Well, good luck, Coach. The team looked great first half. Back up to you, Linz.
Here comes Hatfield. Well, he spirals the ball downfield. And it is blocked on the 15 by Maddox. Scramble is on there, but it's all the way back on the 11-yard line. So Maryland will start there, but they'll start 1st and 10 at the 11. Lynch was down there on the play for Houston.
I hope they come out throwing.
Yeah, one would expect that they would, wouldn't you? Incidentally, each of today's participants will take home approximately $950,000. In addition to this amount, the Southwest Conference schools will get an additional $200,000 from the Cotton Bowl Athletic Association, which annually contributes its net profits to the conference that sponsors the Classic. Mangus now rolling and looking and throwing and incomplete. Trying to get it to Richards. Mark Moore covering defensively.
He's got to throw. Mangus has a strong arm. He's a strong guy. He can run. He can do it all, but they've got to get down the field.
They certainly have. When you trail 27-7, you don't have time really to grind it out.
No way.
Here's Mangus bringing him up once again. Gives it to his tailback. That's Scott. Scott moves it out to the 17-yard line before Ross Echols comes in to make the tackle. Picked up about 3 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 yards to go. We have a substitution in the booth here. We have an analyst, Paul Hornung, coming in, and an analyst going out, Kevin Dobson. Kevin, thank you very much.
Thank you, Lindsay. It's been a great thrill for me. Thank you very much.
Always a great pleasure. Kevin Dobson, who, of course, plays Crocker on the famed Kojak series on CBS. We'll make room in the booth for Paul Hornung's coat, and we'll be ready to go shortly. 2nd and 7 here. Mangus is throwing out in the right flat, taken out there by Tim Wilson. And he is across the 25 up to the 26-yard line. Mark Moore in the tackle, and Paul Humphreys came in to make the tackle as well. So that is a 1st down. It is 1st and 10. 26-yard line. Tim Wilson, who just took that pass out in the right flat. Running back, an extremely fine blocker as well. First and 10 at the 26 for the Terrapins of Maryland. Mark Mangus rolling. Completes it. Over on the far side at about the 38-yard line. Taken there by Dean Richards.
Oh, I think I got my breath now, Lindsey. After running about 80 steps. Long way up here in the Cotton Bowl, isn't it?
Yes, it is. What'd you do, come up through the stands?
Whew.
Ball is being brought in and spotted just short of the 38-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go for the Terrapins as they move the football. That's Scott again, George Scott. Over across the 50-yard line and down to the 47. That's going to be another first and 10.
And Lindsey, it looks as if Jerry Claiborne in his halftime speech has moved the Terrapins up a little bit. That was the best blocking all day long by the Maryland offensive line. Tom Schick and Ed Fulton on the left side. A good hole.
Bob Raba just took a moment to tie a shoelace that had come untied there. He's number 86, the tight end, coming out there to the right side. First and 10 now for Maryland at the Houston 47-yard line. Mangus takes a look around. Mangus rolling right, looks downfield. 215 pounder. Now he throws, and he's incomplete. Vince Kinney had the ball in his fingertips, but on a cool day, he could not hang on. Second and 10 at the 47.
Oh, he was so wide open. I think Mangus could have taken a little off the ball that time, Lindsey. Just a roll out right. He waited for Kinney to clear. He was wide open. And he just threw it a little bit too high and too hard. He could have had the football. He should have had it hit both hands, but he could have also, the quarterback could have put it in there just a little, take a little steam off that ball.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Vince Kinney's gone off the field now, and Rick Schmaltz has come in to replace him. Wilson and Scott, and that's Scott. Being pulled across the 45 to the 44-yard line. George Scott carrying, and Robert Oglesby in to make the tackle. It's going to be third down and about 8 yards to go.
You know, Lindsey, I remember many of the talks with Vince Lombardi whenever we were behind at halftime and were receiving the second half kickoff. He said the most important series in a football game, as far as you're concerned, is the first series you have your hands on the football. You must establish a running attack and mix it up. You must move the football and try to put some points on the board immediately.
Third down play coming here. Mangus rolling and throwing. And it's complete on the sideline to Richards. Richards gets it inside the 30. It's another first and 10. It's outside the 27-yard line.
And Maryland really beginning to open it up a little bit. Mark Mangus, their big play man at quarterback. This is the play that's hurt Houston all day long. They're getting Wilson Whitley on the inside, enabling Mark Mangus to go outside. This time a completion to Dean Richards.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Terrapins now. Dean Richards, wingback, has just gone out of the ballgame now and been replaced by Chuck White. Here's far to the left side. Give it to Scott, tailback. He's popped at the 25-yard line. Picked up about 3. It'll be second down and 7. David Hodge came in to make the tackle along with Paul Humphreys for Houston. We mentioned the fact that each of the participants will receive approximately $950,000. Only the Rose Bowl will contribute more to intercollegiate athletics than the Cotton Bowl this New Year's Day. Cotton Bowl contribution will be approximately $100,000 more than the $2 million the Orange Bowl will pay its participants tonight.
That would get you and I through the summer, wouldn't it?
Well, some summers. Mangus now throws a screen out to the left. Taken out there by Tim Wilson. Going to try to sweep left and can't get away as he is pulled down by Anthony Francis, the cornerback, on that side, number 2.
Anthony Francis had not made that shoestring tackle. That would have been a first down for sure for Tim Wilson on the screen left. He had a clear sailing down the left sideline for big yardage.
So it's going to be a third down coming here and about 5 yards to go with the ball at the 23-yard line. That's Schmaltz going out to the left side. Chuck White is far to the right side on a 3rd and 5 here. Scott looks for 5 yards. Doesn't get it. Just across the 20-yard line. It's going to be 4th. At 2.5. Giles made the stop. Dowd is number 16, plays the left corner behind Mark Moore.
From Yoakum, Texas. He's coming out of the ball game right now.
4th down and 2 yards to go. Schmaltz has gone off, and Kinney's come back into the ball game now. Maryland is trailing. Houston leads 27-7, so they figure now.
Sure,
they got to go. 4th down, 2 yards to go. How do you get 2 yards? Well, penalty marker is thrown. Whistle.
Might need 7 yards now.
He needs 7 now. Delay of game. They did not get the snap off in time.
Costly error on the part of Maryland. He only needed 2.5. That is a definite run or pass option. Now with Mark Mangus. Of course, in college football, more than the professional look, you know, 4th and 6 or 3rd and 6 and 7. Not necessarily a passing play in college. They rely a lot on the run, the option. Pick it up with the run.
4th down and 7 yards to go. Maryland at the Houston 25.
If I was Houston, I'd keep my eye on Vince Kinney.
He's been the man they've looked for. Mangus. And it's Kinney. And Kinney's got it inside the 5-yard line. Kinney is at the 4. It's 1st and goal. 1st and goal for Maryland.
Oh, Mangus did an excellent job then as he was forced out to the right. And Vince Kinney, now watch him go back. He'll roll to the right a little bit. And here comes Vince Kinney across the grain. Mangus had to throw back to his left, right on the button. There he is. He's quite a guy there. You can see he was relaxing yesterday. They kidded him out. He had a lot of fun at the pregame stuff.
He's from Baltimore. He was High School Athlete of the Year his senior year. Try this one with George Scott. Hitting it inside. It's going to be 2nd down and goal to go. Wilson Whitley made the stop. He spotted at about the 3.5. Now, there's a look at the panorama of the Cotton Bowl Stadium that's nestled here on the state fairgrounds of the state of Texas, and the skyline of Dallas in the background beyond. Big D, little A, double L-A-S. 2nd down and goal to go. That's Mangus. He gets nothing. Whitley was there on the corner, and that was that. It'll be 3rd and goal at about the 4-yard line.
Every superlative that you could use for a defensive lineman has been used about number 78, Wilson Whitley. Darrell Royal, I was talking to Darrell, who is here, of course, in Dallas for the Cotton Bowl. He said, you got to watch this guy play. He's just something else. Every superlative in the world fits that young man.
Mangus is 11 for 20, 141 yards. Kinney's caught 4 passes for 74. Richards back in there in the power eye now. And it's Mangus rolling. Mangus has got the ball, and it is incomplete. He had a receiver wide open down there in the end zone. It was Reba, and it's incomplete.
I think Guy Brown got his hands on the football on the deflection. Mark Mangus really tried to bullet it in there.
So now it is 4th down. Bob Reba, the tight end, deep in the end zone, could not hang on to it, and so it is 4th down and goal to go. So Maryland again is facing a moment of truth here.
After a great drive, it's stalled right here at the 4-yard line. They need this one desperately.
Run the power eye, and Chuck White is in there now, and here's Mangus rolling again, and he throws to White, and White tries to get in. Ball got away, but he's out of bounds at about the 1-foot line, which means the ball will go over on downs. He retained possession, but it goes over on downs anyway. It was a 4th down play. Chuck White is the man who took the pass. He's trying to get in at the flag. He had control as he went across the sideline marker, lost the ball, then he's number 5 there. But the ball goes over on downs. 1st and 10 to Houston at about the 1-foot line.
Well, it's a disheartening drive for the Maryland Terrapins. Move the ball up, all the way up the field, inside the 5 on 4th down to turn it over to Houston now.
The American Eagle. Goodyear's symbol for its all-American kind of radial tire. Goodyear is committed to product innovation. We introduced rayon cord in tires. We created the polyglass tire and the polysteel radial.
And now the American Eagle, with belts of Flex 10 cord instead of steel. Flex 10 is made from a flexible man-made aramid fiber that's pound for pound stronger than steel.
The tire for America, the American Eagle, the tire.
There's a lot of good things at Pizza Hut. There's a lot of good things under our roof. Try our thick and chewy pizza and our thin and crispy crust. The Cavazzini oven-baked pasta really is a must.
There's a lot of good things at Pizza Hut. There's a lot of good things under our roof.
Next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, the all-new CBS Sports Spectacular premieres, featuring Nadia Comaneci of Romania, winner of 3 gold medals in the Olympics at Montreal, competing for the first time since then in the Chunichi Cup from Japan. That's next Saturday at 5 p.m. for the premiere of the all-new CBS Sports Spectacular.
The CBS Control Center here at the Cotton Bowl, housing the likes of producer Robert Stinner and director Tony Vernon. And inside the Cotton Bowl, Houston has the ball. 1st and 10, they have it at about their own 1-foot line. Blackwell and Thomas are the running backs. Blackwell. Carr came in to make the stop as he moved it out there, just trying to get a little running room out to about the 3-yard line.
Let's take a look here. Here's Davis. Blackwell just off the left side here. He's going to lose control of the football, but the whistle had blown, stopping the play here. That's Jonathan Claiborne, the safety man, coming up.
Ricky Maddox is brought in the next play, and he is a wide receiver to the left side. Danny Davis quarterbacking. Houston Cougars, and now there's a penalty marker thrown. Did he move the football? Everybody charged as though something had happened on the line of scrimmage.
I did not hear the defense call.
Well, that's tough on the offensive team, Lindsay. They controlled the ball for 7 minutes after the second half kickoff, moved it 70 yards, and didn't get any points on that board.
A procedure call against Houston is half the distance. Moves it back there to the 2-yard line.
Offense.
Ball start. 2nd down and 8 yards to go with the ball out there at the 2-yard line. Danny Davis has Ricky Maddox far to the left side. Started on the right side by Darrell Thomas of Lockhart, Texas. Ralph Fisher up to make the tackle. He'll be spotted out there at the 6-yard line for a gain of 4, making it 3rd down and 4 yards to go. Maryland has not been scored on in the 3rd quarter this season. They want the football back. 6 minutes, 35 seconds remaining to be played in the 3rd period. Houston is leading 27-7. Quick pitch to the outside left. Lois Blackwell, 15 to the 20. Blackwell to the 25 to the 30. Back to the inside. As he got across the 35, he was stopped. It was John Douglas, number 48 from Tallahassee, who came across to make the tackle. But it's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Just a pitch out, the left guard and the left tackle pulling a good standoff block by the tight end. Watch Alois Blackwell here. He breaks 2 tackles at the 11-yard line. He's going to be pulled down by John Douglas. He's over 100 yards rushing now. That's Jonathan Claiborne, and hit from back 15 carries, 137 yards now for Alois Blackwell. Stop was made by John Douglas, number 48.
Going over for a pit stop and a little equipment change, and he'll be back in. 1st down and 10 yards to go. Dropping back is Davis. Well, he's still looking, and now hits the deck back there at about the 27. Chip Garber putting pressure on there. Going to be spotted at the 28-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 19 at the 28. Robert Laverne coming in with the next play for the Houston Cougars of Coach Bill Yeoman. Yeoman was on the staff at Michigan State. He had been on Red Blake's staff at Army after graduating at West Point. Now the ball is loose. Scramble. Maryland gets it at the 35. It's Setter, Larry Setter.
Watch Larry Setter, number 64 now. He's the inside left tackle here. The ball pops free, and Setter spots it. Two of them came in, hit the ball. That's Chip Garber. And number 64, Larry Setter's got it for Maryland.
So it is 1st and 10. There is an injury on the play when play is resumed. Maryland has the ball at the Houston 35-yard line.
Long after the warranties on your new tires, battery, and car end, the warranty on your new Lafayette 40-channel CB will still be good. For the first time ever, a CB warranted for as long as you own your car. The only warranty of its kind on 3 Lafayette CBs for every need at every Lafayette store. The Lafayette 640 under $120. The 740 under $160. The 940 under $200.
Warranted by Lafayette as long as you own your car.
Hello, everybody. This is Lowell Thomas. Alaska. Tough on people, tough on auto parts. So we took Motorcraft heavy-duty batteries, oil filters, shocks, and tune-up parts to Alaska, testing them in 50 GM, Chrysler, and Ford cars and trucks. After 6 months of Alaskan pipeline country, less than 1% of the parts couldn't take the punishment. No matter what you drive, wherever you drive, ask for Motorcraft auto parts from Ford. Tested tough in Alaska. So long.
On Friday night at 8 p.m., CBS Sports presents To the Top of the World, Assault on Mount Everest, where a team of 11 Americans, 9 men and 2 women, attempt the conquest of the world's tallest mountain. That's To the Top of the World, Assault on Mount Everest, Friday night at 8 p.m.
I love Houston, she says, and around they're chanting Houston, Houston. But Maryland has the football, and they have it 1st and 10 at the Houston 35. 5 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Cougars of Houston 27, the Terrapins of Maryland 7. Scott picked up 6 as he went to the 29-yard line. Wilson Whitley brought him down. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. On one occasion, they took the ball right down to the 1-foot line. The Terrapins want to take it all the way if they possibly can this time. Get back into this football game here in the third quarter of the Cotton Bowl game. Chuck White, far to the left side. Vince Kinney, far to the right side. Give it to the fullback this time. It's Wilson. Guy Brown came across to make the stop at the 25-yard line. They'll take a look now for the possible first down, but it's a yard short. Right at the 26. That'll make it 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Well, this might turn into a game where Jerry Claiborne might wake up tomorrow and say, boy, if we could have scored after the second half, if we could have taken the ball in. They're stopping themselves.
And Scott are in the eye. Mangus runs the option play. Falls off, looking for the 1. He got across the 25. I think he got it all right. As he hit the deck, skidding on the cut, but I think he got the first down. It is a 1st and 10 for Maryland. So they keep the drive alive here outside the 24-yard line. Again, they're sending Chuck White far to the right side. He is from Woodbridge, Virginia. Mangus, number 13, the quarterback. Takes the handoff, rolls right. Mangus looks and he throws, and it is incomplete. White along the sideline there, Chuck White, but far outside, and Mark Moore made the move over there for Houston. White back to the huddle. 3 minutes, 34 seconds left to play in the third quarter. White goes off, and Dean Richards comes back in. Richards and Kinney are the wide receivers, right and left. Mangus never had a chance. Mangus never had a chance.
Well, it was Wilson Whitley who had his hands on Mangus first. He broke through from the left side with pressure on the quarterback. Let's watch. Wilson Whitley, this is a blitz situation. Paul Humphreys finally gets credit for the sack, but that's All-American Whitley first. And Humphreys on the stop.
A loss of 11. Paul Humphreys, the linebacker on that side. And to make the tackle, he's 6'2", a 210-pounder. There he is right there. 3rd and 21 now at the 36-yard line. Wilson and Scott in the I formation for Mangus. Humps. Now he's going to run it at the 30. And he slipped as he tried to cut back, and he is at the 28-yard line. Remember, that was 3rd and 21, so it was not nearly enough for a first down.
And it was good coverage by the secondary. They had what they call a victory defense. They got double coverage on both the outside receivers. Only a 4-man rush. You see the linebackers go to the outside, opens up a big hole in the middle here. You'll see Mangus slip right there.
So it is a 4th and 14, and they have to go for it here, trailing 27-7 late in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 14 at the 28. Mangus, and he's got it complete. He's got the first down.
Eric Severs.
Eric Severs caught the pass. He's from Arlington, Virginia.
And only a freshman, Lindsey. He came in with the play from tight end Bob Raber. Mark Mangus puts it right there, right in the corner, because they had double coverage on the outside. The middle was open, and Severs for a big first down for Maryland.
But it outside the 10-yard line, so it isn't 1st and goal, it's 1st and 10. Chuck White goes to the left side. Rick Schmaltz to the right side. 1 minute, 46 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Mangus rolls and pops it. Touchdown! Touchdown taken by Severs. Severs for the touchdown for Maryland.
Only a freshman. That's his first touchdown catch. This year, he has not scored a touchdown. And Eric Severs got to the inside again. Mark Mangus cuts over there. You see waving hands. He's wide open. The safety man was a little bit too wide. That's Elvis Bradley was covering to the outside, enabling Severs to be open in the middle.
Well, that's the big touchdown for the Maryland Terrapins. They have a conversion attempt coming here now. Ed Loncart from Montauk, New York, is the man who tries the conversions, and Mangus will hold for him.
Mangus now 14 out of 25 for 172 yards.
After Mangus, Loncart boots it, and it's good. So, it is now Houston 27, Maryland 14, with 1 minute, 41 seconds remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter of the Cotton Bowl game.
You know, even in a plastic world, some things should never change. Like blue jeans. There's nothing plastic or phony about them. They're made of cotton. Look at the label. 100% cotton denim. That's why jeans fit natural, feel natural, and wash cotton clean. I tell you, you can't beat 100%. It's Big John here with the late night. If denim jeans aren't all cotton, they're not denim jeans at all.
Smart bunch of ladies, the Bombers, because they elected me coach of my new Buick Regal team bus. Nice big trunk, V6 engine, and of course the Buick ride and interior do wonders for morale. And driving up in a Buick is a good way to psych the competition. Besides, this Regal is a great team incentive, because if they don't win, they walk. Want to be captain?
Regal, a Buick for sports.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, CBS Sports presents NBA action with Julius Erving leading the Philadelphia 76ers against his former team, the New York Nets. That's tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.
There's no lack of enthusiasm on the sidelines here this afternoon, as Houston leads Maryland 27-14, and Sachko is kicking off. Sachko puts it up deep. Taken back at the 4-yard line. It's Randy Love running it back, and he's across the 20. But he is swarmed by the Maryland defense at the 23-yard line. They'll start 1st and 10.
Well, Houston, Lois Blackwell has really had a day. He has 135 yards rushing. And if you wonder what the record is in the Cotton Bowl, it's 265 yards rushing by Dickie Magle of Rice against Alabama in 1954. Lindsey was here. And we'll show you that famous play right after this play by Houston.
And here he is, Blackwell, once again. This time he moved it out to the 27-yard line.
You remember
Take a
that?
look now. It was the 1954 Cotton Bowl game, Alabama and Rice. Rice has the ball, and Dickie Magle gets outside. Take a look now at the benches. Tommy Lewis will come off the bench and make a tackle. Look at Tommy Lewis, the helmetless figure now, coming off the bench, will make the tackle, coming off right there, and he stops Dickie Magle, who was awarded, under the rules of college football, of course, a touchdown. There was confusion that day. That was the day Dickie Magle set the rushing record in the Cotton Bowl that has stood all these years. Davis with a long pass, and it is, well, incomplete, although there were two shots. Ricky Maddox had a shot at it. The first one had a hand on it. Roy was covering defensively. And also Bass had a shot at it.
Oh, Davis throws the bomb here, and both men are cutting to the post. I think he was throwing for number 7 right there, Ricky Maddox. He reaches up with his right hand. There's one. Almost intercepted here by Maryland. Could not hold on. That would have been a good turnover.
Next play is being brought into the huddle now for the Houston Cougars. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 yards to go. They have the ball at their own 27-yard line. The Maryland defense trying to hold here. They want that football again. Houston's leading 27-14. Less than a minute to play in the quarter. Davis now throws, and it's complete. Taken at the 34-yard line by Eddie Foster. Eddie Foster at the 40, 45, 50. Eddie Foster to the 45 and finally pulled down. 1st and 10. It is at the 41-yard line of Maryland.
Well, I'd say that's what Houston has, Lindsey. They've got a great arsenal of weapons. Every one of these kids can really fly. Now, here's the tight end, Eddie Foster. He's caught 4 touchdown passes. Watch this move. He's got the speed. He gets to the outside. He looks like a running back with the football. Big 1st down for Houston. It looked as if Maryland's defense was coming back. There he is, Eddie Foster. But Maryland defense, they looked like they were coming back, Lindsey, and all of a sudden a kid comes like that, makes a big play, and puts Houston back with a little momentum.
Big play in the ball game, so now Houston's in Maryland territory. Davis with a handoff there to Lois Blackwell. He moved it to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. Look along the sideline now at the Houston Cougars. Back in business here after it looked as though Maryland might be able to force them to give it up. Bill Yeoman, the head coach, arms folded just there, and time has run out in the 3rd quarter.
We'll return with more.
We start the 4th quarter. Penalty markers dropped by a linesman. It was Hausman carrying. Stopped at the 33-yard line, but there is a flag to be checked out. Brad Carr made the stop. Offsides is indicated.
Okay.
And it is against Maryland. Stepped off to the 5-yard line.
Offside. Defense.
He's a nonchalant referee, and he just haven't taken his time. Offsides. There's the handoff to Hausman. Right there. That is the key play of that Beer offense.
1st and 10 now at the 30-yard line. Joe got it. Davis with the football. Went out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Brad Carr again ran him out. Danny Davis.
For 3 quarters, Lindsey, a few stats. Maryland and Houston both with 15 first downs. Rushing, Maryland has 129 yards. Passing, 172. Houston with 246 yards rushing on 45 attempts and 90 yards in the air.
Houston in possession here. 2nd down and 6 yards to go at the Maryland 26-yard line. There's Don Bass far to the left side. But leave this one on the ground to Blackwell. He got to the 25-yard line for 1, where it'll leave 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
I'll tell you, you can hear the leather popping all the way up here in the booth. Maryland defense, and that is the man that usually leads to the leather popping. Brad Carr. 148 yards now for Lois Blackwell. Was put up on the final a few minutes ago. Blackwell's best game was 200 yards rushing against West Texas early in the year.
Well, if you stand on the bench, not only can you keep your feet warmer, but you're a little high out to see the football game as well. So it's 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Now they pop the pass incomplete. incomplete. Trying to get it quickly out to Ricky Maddox after a full pivot. Will make it 4th and 5 at the 25. Ken Roy covering defensively.
Threw it a little bit too hard. He was wide open and a little bit behind Ricky Maddox.
13 minutes, 53 seconds left to play in the Cotton Bowl. This is Lindsey Nelson with Paul Horning, and the score is Houston 27, Maryland 14. 4th down and 5 yards to go. Houston's ball at the Maryland 25. So this is the 4th down play. Davis trying to turn the corner. Gonna keep it. Skids as he starts to cut. Did not get the first down, and the ball will go over on down. Maryland gets it 1st and 10 at the 22.5-yard line.
That's a good feed of Danny Davis. He tried to get to the outside. Comes up a little bit short.
They'll spot it at the 23-yard line now. Houston is leading by a score of 27 to 14. Ball downfield, we've got a football game.
We sure do. They're very much in this football game, and I'm sure that Jerry Claiborne, like he mentioned at halftime, those 2 missed field goals loom big right now.
Mangus now pumps one time and throws it long, and he's got White incomplete. Chuck White up the sideline, could not get to it. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Well, Mangus has had a good day, Lindsey, throwing the football for 172 yards, but on occasion, he just throws a little bit too far and too hard. Now, he's got his man open on the sidelines. He should try to take a little steam off that ball. He's wide open there. All you got to do is lay it right in. That was intended for Art Briles, the sophomore from Rural. Oh, so check that. Chuck White, a junior from Woodbridge.
Now it is going to be Mangus sacked.
Whitley. Look at him. Wilson Whitley, the All-American defensive tackle.
One more notch on the gun.
I tell you, you got to double team that guy if you're going to throw it. And Maryland has found success today in trying to get outside of that man. Wilson Whitley, the left tackle of Houston. He's in hotel and restaurant school in Houston. He'd like to own his own restaurant when he finishes playing. I think he's going to get enough money in professional ranks to buy his own.
Third and 20. Mangus throwing and a diving attempt incomplete at the 32-yard line. So it's going to be a 4th and 20 as Maryland could not move the ball against the Houston defense. 12 minutes, 52 seconds left, and the punter comes into the ball game.
I think it's a little bit disgusting to see him with his head down, walking off the sidelines with gesturing there with his right hand.
Sachko gets the snap. There's a whistle that stops play. Whistle stops play. A penalty marker is dropped.
Ball stop in the offense.
Illegal procedure against the offensive unit. That is Maryland. So that is a 5-yard penalty. They'll still go into deep punt formation and boot the football. Sachko stays in, number 1 to do the kicking.
Ball start, offense.
Eldrick Brown is deep to receive it.
And he got a 77-yard punt in the first half. The record here in the Cotton Bowl is by Kyle Rote of SMU. 1949, Kyle kicked one, 84 yards.
Eldrick Brown is waiting now. He has the ball at the 43, circles all the way back to the 30-yard line, and is closed off. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for the Houston Cougars. So here in Big D, Little A, Double LAS, Dallas, Texas, we have 12 minutes, 32 seconds to play.
Go get your mom. I'm one of those people who appreciates good gas mileage. So before I ever bought the Century Special, I knew it was estimated by the EPA at 26 miles per gallon on the highway and 16 in the city. And the Century Special is a Buick. Now, when you can get good mileage ratings and ride around in a Buick, you're doing okay.
You're doing okay, Dad?
I'm doing okay.
Buick Century Special. It does okay.
That's me, Wally Funk, air safety investigator and spare time pilot. Sure, I take risks for fun, but when it comes to my money, I'm really careful.
So Merrill Lynch showed me ways to be on the safe side and still get a good return. One was high-grade municipal bonds, 6% tax-free. I like that.
At Merrill Lynch, you don't have to take big risks to share in America's growth.
Next Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m., CBS Sports presents the Phoenix Open, where Johnny Miller, Hale Irwin, Hubie Green, Roger Maltby, and many more top stars will be shooting for the $40,000 first prize. That's the Phoenix Open next Saturday at 4 p.m., Sunday at 2 p.m.
The shot of the scoreboard indicates the situation here in the 41st annual Cotton Bowl game. 12:32 to play. Houston 27, Maryland 14. First and 10 on the 34, Houston's ball. Houston started running the veer for the first full season in 1966 after it had been developed by Bill Yeoman and his staff. Last year, there were 36 major colleges running the veer offense. Davis. Back to the 33, lost about a yard on the play. Brad Carr was the defender there once again, as he has been so very often this afternoon. It's going to be second down and 11 yards to go. Maryland deploying the defense now.
Well, they need a turnover right here. Houston, of course, would love to just keep the ball on the ground, pick up 3 or 4 first downs, eat up about 4 or 5 minutes off that clock.
Second down and 12 yards to go is posted. It's actually about 11 and a half. Oh, it's Blackwell. Maryland, there it is. Send up with the ball. The Maryland defense gets the ball. First and 10, Maryland. Is at the 29-yard line of Houston.
No sooner than I said it, Brad Carr answered it. Brad Carr, what a pop here. I lost Blackwell. He just dissects the football from him. And that might be the break that Maryland needs to get back into this football game.
Oh, the Terrapins are alive. Brad Carr, the linebacker who made the hit and shook the ball loose. It's first and 10. It's inside the 30-yard line. Maryland now. Mark Mangus, the quarterback, has the ball. Mangus rolling and looking. Pumps this one, and it is taken. Tim Wilson. Tim Wilson is all the way to the 15-yard line. Paul Humphreys was the defender. It's another first and 10.
And Lindsey, he drilled that one when he needed to. He really had to put some steam on that football, and he got to the fullback for the first down. Maryland now, the ball rests at the 15. There he is, Tim Wilson, the running back for Maryland.
First down and 10 yards to go for the Terrapins. They have the ball at the Houston 15-yard line. This is Scott. Moves it through to the 12-yard line. And a 3, it'll be second and 7. Larry Dick loosening up along the sideline. He's the backup quarterback for Mangus on the Maryland team. Plenty of time left. We've got 11 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in the game. Ball is spotted outside the 12 at the 12.5-yard line. Second down and 7 yards to go for the Terrapins. Wilson and Scott. Angus rolling. Throws back on a screen left. Taken by Kinney. Vince Kinney finds no place to go and takes the loss on the play back to the 14-yard line. Los Echoes read that one out, a loss of 2.
And there's one of those yellow handkerchiefs laying down at the 13-yard line. Let's check it out.
There is a marker. Personal foul against Houston. A personal foul against Houston.
Got to be piling on or a face guard, Lynn.
The play had been completed to the 14-yard line, and so now this is half the distance. Moves it down to the 7.
Personal foul. And the ball was dead.
What it was. Kinney, after the play was over with, is going to to bring up a third and what, about 2?
Third and 2 at the 7-yard line.
That's exactly what the quarterback, Mark Mangus, is checking out right now.
Mangus now takes a look toward the sideline. He's big and he's strong and he's agile. Or as Jake Gaither used to say, agile, mobile, and hostile. Third and 2. By Scott. He's got the first down. It is first and goal to go at the 2-yard line.
Sometimes when you think getting the first down, his body was leaning, his weight was forward. If he had kept his balance, he would have gone in for the score, but it's a first down, Maryland. We've got ourselves a football game. How about this?
Happy New Year to Lindsay, Paul, and Phyllis. Well, Lindsay and Paul, thank you very much, and I'm sure Phyllis does too, wherever she is.
I sure wish that pretty lady was here, I'll tell you that. She knows Dallas pretty well, doesn't she?
She knows all of it. Maryland trying to get in there once again now to close the gap here in the fourth quarter. And it is struggling Tim Wilson, and Humphreys trying to stand him up. Forward progress is going to be marked. Back down there around the 1-yard line, I think.
Great defensive play, Lindsay, by number 57, Paul Humphreys. Now, this is Wilson. Wilson weighs 215 pounds, and that's man-on-man right there, baby. And Humphreys wins the battle.
Paul Humphreys, the linebacker who did win it, and the spot is at the 2-yard line. But it's second down and goal to go at the 2-yard line. They're going to run a power eye now.
Keep your eye on the deep back in that power eye. There's Wilson, though.
Wilson again, a penalty marker. Linesmen on either side of the field threw penalty markers. So who beat the snap? Officials check it out now.
Maryland stalled after taking the opening kickoff 70 yards, only to turn it over to Houston inside the 1-yard line. You sure don't want to do it again.
Offsides. And it's against the defensive team. That's Houston, and there's a man down. Houston man down on the field as well.
I don't see number 78 stand. There he is. It's not Whitley. What was on the left side there?
That is Jerry Claiborne with the stocking cap there. On his headset, talking to his staff upstairs. Houston injury on the play.
Number 75, Melvin Jones, the nose guard. He alternates with Robert Oglesby. Jones is only a freshman from Houston. He's going to see a lot of action. He's being helped off.
He's seen a lot of action here this afternoon, especially in the first half.
How about that? A freshman from Houston. You don't think they're growing big today? 6'3", 275 pounds.
Second down. Goal to go. The ball's on the 1-yard line as a result of the half the distance penalty. Half the distance puts it second and goal at the 1-yard line. Houston is leading 27-14. Maryland driving here. They got Atkins in there now. Atkins is in there, and there's a touchdown. There is a touchdown. Don't stick around because the Maryland Terrapins are back in the football game. Scored on the play.
Steve Atkins has not seen any action. He goes to the right, the hand off to the fullback, and Wilson gets in for the score.
Tim Wilson, who took it in for the touchdown as they used Atkins as a decoy, sent him to the right side. His first action, he went out after an early season sensational performance with an injury, and now he came into the Cotton Bowl game, did not get the ball at all. He was a decoy. Conversion attempt coming, Mike Sachko. Mike Sachko is attempting here. Mangus will hold for him.
Be interesting to see, Lindsay, if Atkins comes into the ball game in the waning moments here for Maryland.
It is up and it's good. So Maryland has scored the touchdown. They stick the point. So we have a football game at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas.